Those buildings over there, that's Mexico. You see the wall. My name is Enrique Morones. I'm the founder and executive director of Border Angels. We're a nonprofit that I had the honor of establishing back in 1986. Our mission statement says, if I was hungry, did you give me to eat? If I was thirsty, did you give me to drink? Most of you guys are young college students and you're walking for 40 minutes or so. But just imagine if you're an elderly person or somebody that has physical limitations and you want to go to where we're going because you want to visit your family member that you haven't seen in a long time. Almost impossible. In 1994, that's where the United States built a wall between two countries that are friendly neighbors. And because of that wall, instead of having 1 or 2 people die every month, now you have 1 or 2 people die every day. So Border Angels started to take actions against that by putting water out in the desert so that people don't die, going to visit the migrants once they're here to make sure that they're okay, organizing marches and protests to create awareness about this issue of the deaths on the border. Border Angels started becoming bigger and bigger, but we still didn't have a name. That didn't happen until 2001. And I was invited to a very popular television show, Sábado Gigante. And it was Don Francisco that said, El Ángel de la Frontera. That's when we became known as Border Angels. And the group went from being a very small group of about 20 or 30 people to a very large group of more than 3,000 people today. Josefina Lopez, the famous playwright that wrote Real Women Have Curves, came with us, fell in love with our project, and she wrote a play called Detained in the Desert, which is now a movie, in which she features a lot of this.
They're illegal.
No human being is illegal.
Yes, they are, and so are you. What you do is criminal.
Josefina had asked me if I would play my own role. And I used the name Enrique, which is my real name, and the last name Martinez, in honor of Roberto Martinez, who was the advocate that did more for human rights along the border than anybody else.
You should be arrested.
No, I respond to a higher authority.
Are you saying God told you to do this?
Yes.
You know how
children are
crazy that
separated
sounds?
from
God
their
told you to
families.
break the law?
This is absolutely wrong.
There's a cemetery where there's 700 unidentified migrants buried. The biggest mass grave in the United States. This is very important. We want to humanize this issue because we know that the American people, like people all over the world, are good people, but they need to see what's going on. Senator Kennedy once said, show me a 15-foot wall and I'll show you a 16-foot ladder.
My name is Brittany and I am a senior at Michigan State University. We're learning a lot of the history behind the walls, Operation Gateway, and a lot of the bills that have gone through to make immigration a lot more difficult, both legal and illegal. And so we're learning from Border Angels, we're actually learning both sides because they seem to be very neutral. They just are very focused on lowering the amount of deaths.
Next, we're going to have groups from Utah, from Nevada, from other parts of the country, college groups, high school groups, so they can see, talk to the Border Patrol, talk to us, but most importantly, talk to the migrants to find out why they came. And the reason they came are the same exact reason that these students' great-great-grandparents came 100, 200, 250 years ago. They simply want to have a better life.